Okay, why are Tisha players so toxic? I was in the BC server looking for a run, and I saw this Tisha who was hosting a casual run. The only tunes besides distractors was Boxton. I hate distracting and Boxton is fun to use, so I joined. The run is him. Fast forward like 30 minutes, we finally got 8 players and hopped into the run. The first few floors nothing happened, but then we got to floor 10. That's when it all went south. Okay, so I went up to other Cloud Boxton. We were both Cloud Skin Boxton. He was doing a machine and I went up to say hi. I never asked if I could do it, I just wanted to watch him since he was on last. Anyway, after watching like a creep for a few seconds, I headed towards elevator. But this stupid ankle bitter saw me. Naturally, I run in the opposite direction, which by the way was only one way towards Boxton. So I ran hoping Toodles would follow me, but she went to other Boxton while he extracted. He got hit and I felt bad. He then started to call me a griefer. I tried to explain what happened, but he wouldn't listen. Anyway, we get to next floor and Cosmo is on a machine in a R&D circle. I see some items in it and slowly walk in, and other Boxton saw me. He immediately ran in the circle trying to get me hurt or killed, but I was behind a bookshelf, so it only got Cosmo hit. Everyone started to call him out for trying to grief me and griefing Cosmo. He apologized as he realized he messed up and we went to the next floor after I finished the last machine. But Sprout solos, this is about Tisha players being toxic. Yeah, I'm getting to that right now. So everyone dies next floor including Griefer Boxton. Everyone except me, Tisha, Goob, and Cosmo. I think Tisha thought I was Griefer Boxton though, because this next part is weird. She would say how good Goob and Cosmo were doing and outright ignoring me for no reason. By the way, me and Cosmo were the only ones doing machines, since Goob would let me since he wasn't fast. I never asked, he just did, and Tisha was kiting. I don't know if she thought I was the griefer or was mad I left the run and joined back after 5 minutes. But she was outright ignoring me, and whenever I or anyone called her out she would ignore them. The audacity she had when I didn't even have to join her run. I only came back because she had asked me. Eventually everyone dies and I'm last one alive. She immediately asked Goob and Cosmo to join another run, but they both said they had to go. When it was just me and her in the run, I proceeded to tell her off, basically saying what the F is her problem, and how I didn't do anything to her and was basically carrying the run. She ignored me and I decided enough is enough. I proceeded to tell her off in DMs. By the way, she deleted a message of her saying thanks when I called her a bitch. Well, guess what bitcha does? She reports me to the server and I get muted for 5 hours. If standing up for yourself is a crime, I don't regret it. Now that story 1 is done, it's time to talk about story 2. Okay, so this was during lunch. I was in school. I like playing Dandy's World during lunch since it's a good way to get mastery and kill time. I had limited time from the start and decided to play a public lobby BC. I didn't want to mess up a private run. So there's a Tisha hosting a run again. I know mostly only starters join, but other tunes also. We get in and Tisha doesn't say anything about the run, about the rules, nothing. Remember this, it's important. I'm playing as R&D, keep that in mind as well. So Tisha says she'll start kiting when we get out of the elevator. Boom, a band-aid on floor 1. Cosmo just kinda stares at it. He's the healer. I mean, he can get bans, but he prefers meds. Regardless, he doesn't say in chat ban, so I walked up deciding whether or not to grab it. Rudy then runs up and just snatches. I say Rudy took a band up, but no one seems to care. Elevator opens and we head to next floor. There's a band right there. Again, this time I don't hesitate to grab it since Rudy was right there. I'm also slow sometimes and am more at risk.
R&D took a band?
Rudy says. So I reply, okay, so
Bans go to distractors,
said Tisha. 1. Rudy took a band and no one gaff. 2. You never said that once.
Well, now you gotta distract.
Okay, I have no problem distracting on odd floors, I say. After a few rounds of me kiting on odd floors, I realize Tisha isn't distracting on even floors. Hey Tisha, do you mind kiting on even floors?
You took all the meds, so you kite.
I can't kite on even floors.
Well, you still gotta try.
Excuse me, kiting R&D on even floors is like trying to kite as Shrimpo. It's just not meant to be. I couldn't believe I had to explain this.
Well, you should have thought of that before you took all the meds.
You're over-exaggerating. I took one singular ban. Getting fed up with this Tisha, and the fact lunch was gonna end in 2 minutes, made me keep myself safe, and I told Tisha I was doing it since she was being a brat and I was tired of it. Anyway, those are the stories, hope you enjoyed. And if you ever play as Tisha, please don't be toxic or act like a brat. Okay, bye.